Hello and welcome to EV Car Share. So what have I got for you today? Or actually maybe start off with what I've got for me today. I've got free coffee. So free coffee from Greggs. I get every week as part of a conjunction between Octopus Energy and Greggs, so my energy supplier and one of my favourite outlets for food, takeaway food on the go. I get a free coffee once a week, which is nice. So I bought myself a free coffee, got myself a free coffee and a splashed out on a croissant as well. So that's what I've got for my breakfast this morning. All is good. But what I've got for you today, well, today we're looking at the split screen options on the Kia EV6. So if you've been watching and you don't have the Kia EV6, or you're thinking of buying one, or you're just interested, or you don't know what options are available in the one you've got, you haven't really explored it yet, then maybe this will be useful. So I'm going to go to my other camera and we're going to look at the screen, and I'm going to show you some of the information relating to the split screen option and how you use it and what options you have to be able to display on it. So let's switch to camera number 2. Here we go. So here I am just on the default home page on the system, and if I swipe to the side I get the main menu. Now let's go to the map menu. I'll show you from there what I'm talking about. So here you can see the map screen. Now this is a big screen, it's a big wide screen. You've got a lot of space for what you're doing on the screen here. So what they decided to do is, rather than having the whole of the screen always dedicated to one particular item, in this case I'm showing the sat-nav map view, they decided that it'd be useful for drivers to have the ability to portion, I guess it's about a third, I haven't measured it, but it looks like a third of the screen to be something else, something that can display other useful information. And you get to it via this little arrow on the right hand side here. You can, if you want to be fancy, you can swipe it in, but it doesn't need a swipe. You can just tap on it and it just brings in. Now this is, as I say, about a third. So yeah, it's maybe a little less than a third if you were to measure it, but we'll call it a third. So this right hand third, I don't know if it's the other way around on a left hand drive car. Maybe someone can tell me, add it to the comments if you know. But on this right hand drive car, then it's on the right hand of the screen, so it's beside the driver. And you can scroll through these, so there are a variety of options of screens. So the first one we have here is the charging stations. So here we have the state of nearby charging stations. It also gives you your battery information, because that might be useful when you're thinking about whether you need to charge or not. And at the moment it's listing nearby ones. So I'm picking up a grid serve location just near here where there are 6 chargers, and it tells me there's 1 available. And they are greater than 150 kilowatts, so they're fast. Well, ultra rapid, not fast. Ultra rapid is the term. And they're just a few hundred yards away there, very close in this shopping area. You can change between nearby stations at the top here and favourite charging stations. And if you are going somewhere on the sat-nav and you have a tour point charging station programmed in, then tour point charging stations is one of them. So no matter how far away you are from the charge station you've added as a tour point, it doesn't matter, you can still see on here while you're driving towards it the state of affairs at that charging station location. So you can see how busy it is, whether they're filling up, etc., which is quite useful. At any point on this panel, if you want to go to have a look at more information about the charge points, so let me go to my favourites. This one is an Ionity, and there are 12 available in total, the 12 in that location, and there are 10 available. I can click more and it gives me more information. So you can see these are over at Stafford, right over there. and you can see the other favourites as well. I have some apple green ones as well. So if I go back, and then also on this little panel you can see when the last used ones were last used as well. I actually think this one's pulling through wrongly. I think there are 6 and it's probably 5 available. I think these numbers have doubled. I think that's why it's picked up 2 last used 6 minutes ago, and actually it's probably just 1 that was last used 6 minutes ago. There seems to be a bit of an error there in that one. These panels can be flipped through by swiping up and down. So if I swipe up, then we can get the electricity use. So this is displayed as a percentage. So this is since you've been doing this particular drive, how much percentage of the energy has gone into the different parts of the car. So the first part with the engine icon, even though you have no engine, maybe it's a motor icon, who knows, it will show you that's how much you've used to drive the car. Next one along is your aircon and heating and so on, so that's how much you've used to heat the car. Then you've got all your electronics, and then you've got battery care, which is when it warms or cools the main battery for preconditioning ahead of charging, that sort of thing. Now, all of this information is completely nonsense to me right now because I'm just sat in the car. I've not been going anywhere. I've not got the heating on, but I do have my heated seat. Then you have a side panel for your sat nav. This is quite useful. So if I have something programmed in, let's say I'm going to, where have we been before? Let's say I'm going up to Scotch Corner. Close, start guidance.
Guidance will start now.
Thank you.
210 yards, turn left at the end of the road.
So on this panel, this sat-nav panel, when you have the navigation running and you have an actual destination programmed in, then what you'll see is that this panel shows you can show you a different view to the main panel. So the main panel's just now switched to the overview, which is annoying because we've been stationary for a while. But if we're driving, the main panel will show you the next turn view, and then you can have the right hand panel show you the overview, which is quite nice. So you can see the two at the same time by using the 2 different panels. You can also tap on this panel and toggle between different views. So this is the view of the next turn view, and then you can have, that was facing north, this is facing in the direction you're facing, this is the 3D, and then that's the overview again. So you can toggle between those different views on this panel. So just remember that these panels as they appear, they're not completely dead. You can tap on them and interact with them as well. And not just displays for information. So that's the sat-nav one. Then you have your media one. This shows you what you're listening to in terms of music. This will pull through information from CarPlay and from Android Auto as well, so if you prefer those, then that's going to show information there too. And if you're playing something through CarPlay, it will also show you, as well as the album art, it will show you the forward and back if you want to skip through different tracks as well, if there's the next one in your playlist is the best. Then we have some weather, so we've got weather information. So here it's showing me now the weather where I am. You'll notice a moment ago, there you go, that's the weather where I'm going, because I have, as I say, programmed in a destination on the sat nav, and that's now. If you use the right arrow there or the left arrow, you can go between now and forecast as well, so you can show the forecast for the coming days as well as the forecast for now. And the coming days one, does it scroll? No, it doesn't. No, so there's no scroll on the current days one. Next thing up is sports. So here it will show you the latest scores or the latest results from sports events related to whatever you've chosen in the settings. We'll go there in a moment. Here is your calendar. So if you use the onboard calendar or you'll sync your phone to the calendar, you can have calendar information. Then we have compass. If you're really interested in your altitude, for instance, if you're going up into the hills, that's quite useful. Or if you want to know which direction you're going, or you're interested in your latitude, longitude, then you can provide that information to somebody else if they need to find you. Also, it toggles through 3 different compasses. I've never seen really the need for 3 compasses, but you can have 3 different designs on the compass depending on what you prefer to look at. Then you have the simple clock, so you have the time and the date. Again, I think the clock is configurable in the settings, but you can't tap through them, so maybe it's not, don't know. And then we're back to the charge points again. So that's a quick summary, quick run through of, well, actually quite in depth really in the end, of different panels that are available. So what I wanted to show, as well as what panels were available, is where you can change what you see. So if we go to home and then we go to settings and then to theme/layout, and then you go to split screen, these are the split screens that you have active. Now you can, as well as changing which ones you see, you can also change the order of them as well. If you tap and move from the right hand side here, you can change the order of things. Some of them, like map and radio here, you can see I can't tap them off and they're slightly greyed out. They've got a slightly different colour. That's because those ones are dynamic depending on what you're doing. So if you are not using the sat nav, you will not see the map one when you scroll through the list of options. And when you're not got the radio or media running, you will not see that one as you go through scrolling through the options. Some of them can be removed, so you can turn these off if you don't wish to see them. Personally, I'm happy to have them all on. I don't use calendar. Actually, I'll leave calendar on. But I like to have them all on. So that's the split screen. That's how you how you get it on screen. It's how you play with it, how you adjust it, how you change things. Hope that's been useful. If it has, then give the video a thumbs up. If you've enjoyed the video and you want to have a look at some more of my videos, then go ahead. And if you find you like them, then feel free to subscribe. That will ensure you get to see them all and get to see the new ones as they come out. And also helps encourage my channel to other users on YouTube as well. So that's always a good thing. So yeah, that's all I have for you today. I hope you've enjoyed the video, and I will speak to you again next time.